Welcome to the Open Jaw Pink Couch. And today the topic is local, buying local, selling local, because of course there's so much around how, we should be exploiting our own local cuisine, our own local agriculture. Now we can explore our own country with local cruises. And I find that just fascinating, this trend. Talk to me about this.
Well, the Great Lakes are a new destination for Canadians as well as Americans, probably.
Well, and I understand there's a few cruise lines that are now eyeballing the Great Lakes, but you have been there for a while. Victory ships.
The company's been here several times over the years, but there is newfound interest. A lot of other big cruise lines are looking at coming into the Great Lakes as well.
So they're
because
going to...
They see the destinations as being very interesting.
They're going to try and muscle in on your turf. And what I find interesting is that a large investment company has purchased now the cruise line. And so they've obviously done an analysis and think that there is potential. Why?
There's so many North Americans that are cruising today. A lot of them are going over to Europe to do European river cruises, and they're looking for something more local, something that's a 2-hour flight away or an hour or 3-hour flight
away. Or even a drive market.
Right, and so those individuals are starting to look back at home and saying what's available for them here. And certainly the Great Lakes have that great opportunity. And the only way to see all the destinations on the Canadian side and the American side on the Great Lakes is via boat.
Yeah.
Without having to drive a lot.
Right, no kidding. It would make for a very, very long drive. And what are the attractions? Because the Great Lakes, we just think of them as these huge bodies of water and they impede our travel to the U.S. What's the attraction?
Well, it's the different ports. I mean, Niagara Falls, obviously everybody knows about Niagara Falls, but a lot of people haven't been there. And so there's an opportunity to see Niagara Falls. Little Current, Sault Ste. Marie, Cleveland and Detroit are all places that most people would have said, why would I want to visit those areas or what's in those areas? And today they're seeing that there are, very interesting things to see and do.
Yeah, and obviously if other cruise lines are now looking at moving into the Great Lakes, they've obviously also found an analysis. So for the travel agents, what sort of market are they looking at offering this product to?
I think in general it's typically a little older, well-traveled individual, has the time. A lot of them are retired, or most of them are retired, so that they can take the time. A lot of these cruises are 9 nights, some are 12 nights, so they need to be able to have that flexibility.
And I would imagine that there's a kind of a safety factor too, in thinking that I'm traveling in my own backyard. I can actually do a cruise right here in my own backyard.
Right. Yes, definitely that, as well as healthcare. Local healthcare is a whole lot more accessible as opposed to having to fly all the way back to the North America. But yes, I think that people are just they're tired of maybe 9-hour flights or been there, done that, and want to do something a little different.
Bob, it's interesting because for years we were looking at ocean ships getting bigger and bigger and more massive and more layers and more things to do and all kinds of incredible attractions. But by the same token, now we're seeing small ship cruising become quite appealing to a larger market. And where is the appeal in a small ship versus a larger ship experience?
Well, I think it's a number of things. One, I think with a more intimate setting, people get to know a lot more of the folks that are on board with them, and they become friends with a lot of folks. We can also get into ports that maybe the big ships can't. I mean, obviously you're not going to put a big cruise ship on the Great Lakes because you can't get it in, but I think with the exploration, the discovery angle of a smaller vessel gives people a lot more, drives a lot more interest in seeing the area on a smaller ship.
Makes sense. Now, one of the things I just want to mention is Victory, I think, has had a bit of a bumpy ride here in Canada because of a variety of owners who have come and gone. Now that you have this large investment behind it, what can the agents expect in terms of your stability as a product offering?
Well, a great question, because we've gotten that many times over the years that we've been in operation. First of all, American Queen Steamboat Company, which is the owner of Victory Cruise Lines, has been operating now. This is our 8th operating season. And we, in the States, also took over vessels that had previously failed before. And so I think we've demonstrated that we can succeed. And having the power of our parent company now behind us gives us the ability to do more things and grow at a rate that makes sense to the organization, but also allows us to build the capacity that's needed to answer the demand we're getting on both USA rivers as well as the Great Lakes now.
So the demand, you are seeing demand out of Canada?
Yes.
How's the penetration in the market?
Well, I think there's a greater growth opportunity. I think the awareness in Canada for American Queen and for Victory, and probably U.S. river cruising in general, is pretty low right now. And I think that we have an opportunity to, through partners, build that awareness and that interest in our product as well as other products that are out there.
And how, lastly, just for the agents, how would you classify the onboard experience? Where do they fit it in to, we tend to pigeonhole luxury, contemporary, and that sort of thing. Where does it fit?
Well, we've always said from an American Queen Steamboat Company standpoint that we're a 4.5-star product. And I think what we've done is started to take the Victory product and try to apply the quality standards from a food, from an entertainment, from a service level, from a shore excursion level to the Victory product. So I think, we're not the Silver Seas of the world, but I think, we get great scores on our products. I think all of our ratings are in the low 9s at a 10-point scale. So, and we're applying that program to the Victory product as well.
Well, I think for boomers, who have time, who have money, this sounds like a fantastic opportunity. Again, like you said, they don't feel they have to put themselves through the jet lag, the long flight. They're right here. You're right here in Canada.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's awesome. Thank you.